Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, which you probably are, I'm Hayden. Nice to meet you. So today we're going to be tackling one of the most complicating questions for people that are starting their riding journey. What is the perfect motorcycle for you? Whether you are looking for a style that's laid back, sporty, you have a death wish, or you're just looking for something economical, I'm your guy, I got you covered. So let's get straight into the video. Enjoy.
So, you are a complete noob. You don't know what in the world you're doing here, and you just know you want one of these bad boys. That's all you know. And that's fair. A lot of us, that's where a lot of us were, you know. I think that's a pretty standard place to be. But what is the answer to what bike should I start on? What is the answer? You gotta realize the perfect bike for you lies within your heart and no one else's. So don't just be like, well, I mean, the Ninja 400's cool, I guess, but everyone else says it's a great bike, so I'm gonna get it. No, get something that you like that is a good beginner bike. So today, unlike what most other moto vloggers do, is they only cover sport bikes, I'm gonna be covering a variety of different styles of bikes and give like an example or two of what would be a good beginner bike for each of those classes. So before we get into that, I want to give some tips, right? as a man who has went through the struggles, and I have bought my first bike and experienced what other bikes are like, I want to throw out my 2 cents onto you know, the table to let you guys know what I think. So a lot of you think that CCs don't matter. I have been riding for about a year now, and I got the opportunity to ride a Gixxer 600 about a couple weeks ago, right? And that thing, if I would have put myself a year ago on that thing, I would have killed myself in less than 6 months, easy. And there's a lot of people that do that, and by the grace of God, they don't die. But you're not that guy, and you will. So start small, and you want to get somewhere where you're comfortable. You want to find something that you can get comfortable on, like this. I'm comfortable right now. I'm riding with no hands. You want to find something where you can find comfort, where you're riding for a long period of time and you're not scared. You're not scared of the bike. You're not in discomfort where you're like, you're only leaning through curves like this much and you're leaning over this way when you're trying to go right. You want to find that comfort zone where you can easily go wherever you want to on this bike. You are in control of this thing. It is not in control of you. And that's why you want to find your comfort, find the reasonable amount of CCs for you. And beyond your comfort, find your wallet's comfort. You want to stick to a budget. You want to find a budget. This is how much you can spend. This is how much you want to spend. You know, you want to go under budget as much as you can, because, you know, you have registration, you have gear, you have insurance, you have all these things that go into your motorcycle after you've bought your motorcycle, right? And you got to think of maintenance, because you are buying your first bike used. I don't care. You will buy your first bike used. That is the biggest thing that I can tell you, because you don't want to buy a brand new off the lot bike and target fixate and wow, I'm off the road and I crashed my brand new bike, and then you're screwed, you know, and you're still paying, you're making payments on a bike that you just crashed. So you want to buy used, buy them cash. Don't lease these toys. These things are nothing but toys. And I'm sure that guy would agree with me. So I want to go ahead and jump into this now after, you know, my little rambling session there. And let's look at the different kinds of bikes that there are. And today we're going to be starting with naked bikes. So I'm sure many of you have heard of a naked bike, or maybe you've heard of it as a standard bike if you're from the north. It is this sport bike, but it doesn't have the fairings. And to account for that lack of fairings, there's a lot of wind resistance you're going to feel, and you're going to be pushed on from every angle, from all of that wind. So I find that naked bikes seem to focus on comfort more than a sport bike would, right? So if you enjoy a sporty push, if you like horsepower and pull and speed, but you want comfort, I would definitely go for a naked bike. That is a great way to go. A con of the naked bikes though is when you are getting up to those higher speeds around, I don't know, 60-ish, you're gonna start feeling some turbulence, right? You're gonna start doing this and it's gonna make you nervous. Turbulence is normal, especially if you don't have fairings. It's not going to kill you. Just make sure you aren't, you know, using everything you have to grab the handlebars. Make sure you know how to use the bike. Study up on speed wobble and you're good. So now I'm going to jump into the realm of sport bikes. My sweet babies love these things, all right? Beautiful sport bikes. They make the world go round, right? But I mean, you gotta understand the facts and understand the reason why they call these things crotch rocket or piss missiles. And it's because these things are fast. They're speedy. You know, that's why you gotta really pick and choose what you're, you know, hopping onto. So I would recommend staying between, you know, an R3 Ninja 600, sorry, staying around like an R3. This thing's, you know, fast when you need it to be. It's nimble, it's lightweight, it's comfortable. I would say compared to most sport bikes, this thing is very comfortable. I would also recommend the Ninja 400, very baseline recommendation there. You got the Ninja 300, slower counterpart. The Honda CBR 300, Honda CBR 500. The Suzuki GS 500F, that was my first bike. That thing was good. It was comfortable. It was reasonable, you know? And these are all great bikes. The sport bikes can kill you very quickly if you are over, you know, confident with them. Do not be overconfident. Know that you are not in control of this thing when you first get on motorcycles. This thing is in control of you, and you have to start slow to gain control over the bike. So now I want to kind of move out of the speed section of this video, and I kind of want to go into the realm of just chilling, and by that I mean cruising. So we are moving into cruisers, y'all. So cruisers, you got big names like the Honda Rebel 300, or you have the Yamaha V-Star 250. Both really great options. You know, I think cruisers are really fun. I have a friend that has a cruiser, and every time I'm on it, I just find myself smiling. You know, it's fun, and it is a good way to understand how to ride a bike, I would say, because the seat is lower than most bikes would be, and the handlebars are raised, which alongside with comfort, you know, and a relaxed stance, that helps out with a lower center of gravity, which will, you know, in turn make you closer to the ground and make you feel more stable on the bike. So you're not going around curves as scared as you would be on a sport bike per se, you know. So on a cruiser, it's a good way to really introduce yourself into motorcycles. I think that's a pretty solid, you know, pathway. It's a good gateway drug. Now we have adventure touring bikes. You know, these are for the camping spirit, the outdoor soul. This is for people that look at Mother Nature and they want to kiss her, you know. I think a good you know, example of this would be the good old Kawasaki Versys X300. That is a solid bike. Looks pretty nice, you know. I mean, it has that signature Kawasaki green to it. The Honda CRF 300L. That is also another great adventure touring bike. So as we are getting near the end of this video and we're wrapping things up, I want to reiterate some of the points that I made at the beginning of this video. And from my personal experience, buy something for your first bike. Don't worry like, oh, I want this because it looks cool. This is my second bike, all right? My first bike was ratty. It was very ratty. It was like mainly held together by duct tape, right? There was zip ties here and there. You know, you don't want to, you know, look for perfection in your first bike because, I mean, more than likely you're gonna crash. That's just the plain and simple truth there. You might crash your first bike, and most people do. You know, it's not wanted, but it's a learning curve. And, you know, my first bike, I was sad. I was devastated that I crashed it, but it wasn't the end of the world because I was like, this thing kind of sucked as it was, you know? And this thing, if I crashed this thing, I think that'd be the end of it for me. I'd be done for. And the last tip that I have, take the motorcycle safety foundations class.
All right, so there you have it, guys. Your first motorcycle is a big deal, especially to a new rider. Your first motorcycle is going to cause, you know, like your stomach to churn just thinking about what bike you're going to look at on Marketplace later. You know, it's a good feeling. But remember, the biggest thing about a bike is finding what fits you. So take into account your likes, your hobbies, how you're going to ride, your, you know, ideal comfort. You chose the bike life. It didn't choose you, so make sure that you choose your bike right. I think that's a good slogan. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, like the video. If you find it helpful, let me know. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, what I should have done, any video ideas. You know, I'm still very new to this. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for making it this far in the video. Hope you have a good day. Bye.